Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to unveil the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me extend a friendly request: show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for an exciting journey full of emotions. Don't forget to turn on notifications for stay ahead of the game. Draymond Green embarked on a scheme to lure Kevin Durant to the Warriors much earlier than anticipated. Kevin Durant's move to the Golden State Warriors remains one of the most surprising and controversial plays in NBA history. While this signing caught everyone off guard, Draymond Green confesses that he was plotting the move for a year. "When I signed my contract, BJ Armstrong was my agent. The conversation BJ and I had was, listen, here's your entire salary cap sheet. Here's what it'll be next year. The cap jumps to this next year. Look, who's a free agent next year, KD. Here's what you guys can get, and you can still pay him the max," Green shared on Carmelo Anthony's 7 p.m. in Brooklyn show. Green then recalled taking $3 million less than he could have, thinking it would help the Warriors add more pieces to the roster. Following a painful end to the 2015-16 NBA season, the Warriors decided to go after Durant, the 2014 NBA MVP. That partnership bore fruit instantly, resulting in 3 consecutive NBA Finals appearances and 2 championships in 2017 and 2018. This move will always draw criticism from fans, but Durant and the Warriors rose above it and continued to strive for success even after parting ways. The Warriors clinched another championship in 2022, with Stephen Curry earning his first NBA Finals MVP, while Durant failed to relive past glories with the Brooklyn Nets, 2019-23, and the Phoenix Suns. Several years after Durant forever altered the NBA landscape, it remains a sensitive topic among fans. Nevertheless, there's nothing anyone can do to change history or take away those titles from the Warriors. Moses Moody, from the Warriors, received Steve Kerr's assurance after Andrew Wiggins' return. Andrew Wiggins is back with the Golden State Warriors, likely reclaiming his usual starting spot for Wednesday's matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks. While this means Moses Moody is inevitably heading back to the bench, Wiggins' availability thankfully won't completely sideline the third-year forward from the regular rotation of the Golden State. Speaking to reporters on Tuesday, Steve Kerr emphasized that Moody will continue to earn minutes on the court, despite the Warriors' injuries and absences, finally reaching full strength. Moses will keep earning time. He's earned it, Kerr said. He's been very professional about everything since the day he walked into this building 2.5 years ago. He's a pro. So, I'm excited to keep getting him some minutes. Who will be squeezed out of the Warriors' rotation with Andrew Wiggins back? Moses Moody started in all 4 games of the Warriors' road trip during Wiggins' absence, impressing coaches and teammates alike with his two-way impact, after previously being out of the rotation game to game. He averaged 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1.3 steals while shooting 50% overall and 40% from deep during the Dubs' 3-1 turnaround in the Eastern Conference, making life difficult for Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks and Emmanuel Quickley of the Toronto Raptors when tasked with serving as the Golden State's primary point-of-attack defender. Moody's ability to stretch the floor and make plays to aid the defense has always been his surest path to consistent minutes in 2023-24. The fact that he has clearly progressed as an on-ball defender and dribble drive attacker has made it impossible for Kerr to keep Moody on the bench as the season progresses, despite the surplus of playable wings for the Golden State. He knows the league better. He understands personnel, understands angles, how to protect people with and without the ball, Kerr said about Moody's growth. All those things for young players take time to learn, and the learning never stops. You constantly need to know the new players in the league and how teams are playing, what actions they're running. He's very well prepared for whatever comes his way. What Kerr didn't specify on Tuesday was who will be the latest victim of his team's rotational crunch. Dario Saric is the most obvious candidate, especially after not playing in the second half of the impressive win over the Toronto Raptors on Friday. Golden State has also phased out lineups with Saric at center. His recent stints have come alongside Tracy Jackson-Davis in the frontcourt off the bench. Making Moody a regular fixture in the rotation is as simple as handing him all of Saric's minutes? Not exactly. Kerr has maintained throughout the season that he prefers to play with a 10-man rotation, and swapping Saric for Moody would still leave the Warriors with one player over that limit. Don't expect Moody to be in that proverbial chopping block, however. Saving matchups against teams like the Bucks, at least with a healthy Giannis Antetokounmpo, who may not play on Wednesday due to an Achilles tendon injury, Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, and perhaps the Los Angeles Lakers, Jackson Davis or Kevin Looney seem to be at the higher risk of transitioning to an end-of-the-bench role. There's also the possibility of Kerr keeping both centers in the rotation behind Draymond Green, splitting about 15 minutes between them as he sees fit based on the circumstances of a single game. Breathe a sigh of relief nonetheless, Dub Nation. Moses Moody's nightly spot in the lineup finally seems solidified. The return of Andrew Wiggins comes at a perfect time for the Warriors. 2 days after a humiliating loss, the Golden State Warriors received much-needed good news. For the second consecutive season, Wiggins left the Warriors to deal with a serious family matter. Last year, Wiggins missed the final 25 games of the season before returning for the playoffs. This season, he missed the team's 4-game road trip, where they went 3-1, and on Tuesday, he returned to the team's practice court. Wiggins might be available for the team's big showdown against the Milwaukee Bucks on Wednesday, although the Warriors tend to be conservative in rushing players back into action. The Warriors have a challenging back-to-back with Milwaukee and the Chicago Bulls this week, followed by a home matchup against Victor Wembanyama and the resurgent San Antonio Spurs, so Wiggins' return is timely. The team has just regained Chris Paul from injury, and Brandon Podziemski will also be back on Wednesday, putting the Warriors in a rare position of full strength. They will need it. Even after an 11-3 stretch, the team is still in the 10th spot in the Western Conference, though they are just 2.5 games behind the 6th-placed Phoenix Suns. Wiggins is the team's best perimeter defender and has been shooting 41% from deep since the start of 2024. In his absence, the Golden State had a phenomenal game from substitute starter Moses Moody, so coach Steve Kerr will have plenty of options on the wings. Kerr also had a dreadful game from the team on Sunday, losing by 52 points to the Boston Celtics, though he told reporters that the team would flush it and move on. It will be easier to move on with Wiggins back in the lineup. Thank you for staying up to date with the latest news about the Golden State Warriors. We hope you enjoyed the insights and highlights we shared. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for real-time updates on the most exciting team in the NBA. Feel free to share your ideas and opinions in the comments. Until the next video, let's hope together for the success of the Warrior.